The Browns walked off the field with their heads low, the weight of a bitter loss pressing down on every player, every coach, and every fan who watched the unraveling in real time. Kevin Stefanski's voice carried the tone of frustration, his words laced with disappointment. Very, very disappointing to come away with a loss in that game. You can't be -2 versus a good football team. It wasn't just a statement, it was a confession. This one stung, and it was clear the man at the helm was struggling to mask his disbelief. The story of the night wasn't simply about turnovers or tip balls, it was about a veteran quarterback who looked out of rhythm, out of time, and maybe out of chances. Joe Flacco stepped into this game with the weight of expectation, but what unfolded on the field was a showcase of rust and regression. His throws lacked the touch of a seasoned pro, hurried and erratic. Instead of steadying the offense, he rattled it. Instead of precision, there was panic. The unraveling began early. In the first quarter, Flacco had Jerry Jeudy wide open, streaking into space with a chance to flip the tone of the game. It was a moment begging for calm execution, but Flacco's throw sailed high and wide, uncatchable even for a receiver of Jeudy's caliber. The ball slipped through his hands, and with it, the first signs of tension spread across the field. Opportunities slipped through the Browns' grasp, one after another, each miscue cutting a little deeper. The Bengals smelled it. Pressure came harder, faster, heavier. Flacco took sack after sack, each one chipping away at his composure. The Browns' defense tried to hold the line, delivering 3 sacks of their own, but the offense couldn't sustain momentum. Then came the interceptions, piling up like bricks on Flacco's shoulders. Tipped balls, misfires, decisions rushed under duress. It all blended into a performance that left the team gasping for air. Stefanski, careful with his words but unable to hide his disappointment, admitted there were flashes of good in Flacco's, brief glimpses of the quarterback he once was. But the negatives outweighed the positives. His body language said more than his words ever could. Eyes heavy, shoulders tight, frustration radiating. This wasn't just about a bad night. It was about what this bad night revealed. Flacco himself didn't hide from it. In his press conference, the weight of failure was etched across his face. He admitted to missing throws, admitted the ball wasn't placed where it needed to be. He even acknowledged the haunting nature of the game, confessing that sleep would come slow with the memory of those mistakes replaying in his mind. "I'm wishing I just threw it on his chest as opposed to doing what I did," he said, voice heavy with regret. You could feel the sting in his words, the knowledge that he had let down a locker room that needed him steady. But for all the self-awareness, the reality was inescapable. Flacco didn't just miss throws, he missed his moment. The final interception sealed it. Not just the game, but the perception that he may no longer be the quarterback this team needs. The Bengals pounced on the mistake, shutting the door without hesitation. What was once a contest became a coronation for Cincinnati's defense, and for Cleveland, nothing but bitter reflection remained. Stefanski's frustration boiled down to the details, the avoidable errors, the sloppy moments that turned the tide, tip balls, turnovers, plays that should have gone differently if execution matched effort. The Browns had their chances. They were in position. But when the spotlight shifted to Flacco, the execution faltered. And in the NFL, those margins are everything. For Cleveland, this game painted a harsh picture. Flacco, once a Super Bowl MVP, now looked like a man trying to outrun time and failing. The rushed throws, the lack of rhythm, the mounting errors, all added up to a sobering reality. The years have caught him, and the question is no longer if, but when the Browns will move on. Because waiting in the shadows are Shador Sanders and Dillon, 2 young quarterbacks carrying the promise of tomorrow. Their presence looms larger with every mistake Flacco makes, their potential magnified by the veteran's decline. If Flacco continues on this trajectory, the decision won't be a hard one. It will be inevitable. The Browns cannot afford to waste a season hoping that rust will fade and form will return. The NFL is too fast, too ruthless, and too unforgiving. Every loss cuts deeper, every turnover carries more weight, and every missed throw pushes the team closer to change. Flacco's future with Cleveland now hangs by a thread. Another performance like this, and that thread will snap. The starting. Spot could shift sooner than anyone expected, and the writing is already beginning to appear on the wall. So the question now falls to the fans, to the heartbeat of this franchise. Is it time? Should the Browns move on from Joe Flacco and hand the reins to the youth waiting in the wings? Or does the veteran deserve one more chance to steady the ship, to prove that this was nothing more than an ugly fluke? Do you believe Flacco can find redemption, or is the time for patience already over? Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the conversation. The future of the Browns quarterback room may be closer to changing than ever before.